Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Posture Alignment with Kimberly on Monday, August 22nd, 2022 at the Levittown Public Library. Take it away, Kimberly.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Welcome back to the posture alignment course. I just want to remind everybody that this is an exercise class and you definitely want to get approval from your doctor before you take any exercise, partake in any exercise. And if something doesn't feel right, absolutely don't do it. And I'll give you as many modifications as I can. If something's not feeling right, please let me know and we will address that. Otherwise, today we're going to do the over 50 restoration, relax and restore. It's going to feel good after it first feels challenging. So the beginning moves are kind of challenging. And we're not going to start in static back like we normally do. We're going to start against the wall and we're going to do some shoulder work there. So I know that some of you, the wall section has a lip on it. It doesn't quite work out. There's plenty of wall here and even some back there I saw. There's even a nice section over here. We're not going to do any big windmill stuff. So even if you have just a short piece of wall, we'll be just fine. We're just going to be at the wall doing some shoulder things. So chunk here, chunk there, and I can turn this so that nobody ends up on video because I know not everybody wants to be videoed. And I'm going to turn this over this way. Oh, yes. Let's see. That's usually where her Tomy comes in. Let's see. Be touch. Did that work out better? Oh, Lynn. Yeah, Linda did show up. Okay. All right. Okay, hope that feels better for everybody.
I just moved it.
Okay, fantastic. Good chunk of wall right there. Perfect. Okay, so when we do this move, we want to try to get our heels against the wall. But everybody's got a different shape in their butt, right? So if we have a larger shape in the butt, it's actually going to push the body forward. And if you're experiencing that, you're going to have to take a couple steps forward, maybe a half a step forward, because the point of being against the wall is to stack the shoulders, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So that's all we're doing when we're against the wall. So you're going to put your heels on the wall. Most of you don't have those different shapes that I was just referring to. Feet point straight ahead. That may bother you. Remember what I said. Against the wall stuff, probably not good. You're going to be doing static back. So if that's already starting to give you issues, static back it is. Okay. So we're going to keep the feet pointed straight ahead. And all we're going to do is work with the shoulders and we're going to change the positions of the hands and of the head. So keep your face straight ahead where you're at. Don't force the head against the wall if it won't hit the wall. Don't you dare. So knees are as straight as you can. Squeeze your shoulders together and back together. And relax back. So for a lot of you, I'm noticing you're doing an elevation instead of a retraction. So I want your shoulders to come back into the wall and then relax. Back into the wall and relax. Good. Plenty of wall space up there. Go for it. There's a lip over there, Linda. So yeah, it stinks. So there's plenty of wall space up. Good. I'm seeing a lot of this. A lot of wrist movement is your just shoulders. So just leave your arms relaxed and try to just get the shoulders to do it. I'm wondering if you're doing it from the elbow rather than from the shoulders. Okay, so we want shoulders over and over, squeeze and release. Foot position looks excellent. Head position looks great too. You feeling okay? Fantastic. Squeeze and release over and over. I am not going to change the position of your feet at all or your legs because for whatever reason, they love to come right back to this with the outward rotation, probably because your body is thinking, if we stay here any longer, we're going to end up with pain. So your body is automatic or you're consciously doing this to avoid that. Leave it as it is. I will leave it as it is. And is that she's talking to herself, right? Her inner. Oh my goodness. I'm jumping off a bridge in another week, so you're gonna come with me. I only got one parachute. Okay. We're gonna change the position of the hands. Now you're gonna flip it so that the palms are against the wall. Keep squeezing and releasing. Palms against the wall. Squeeze and release. We're not squeezing the palms. We're still squeezing the shoulder blades together over and over. Over and over. Everybody's foot position looks great. Yours is actually a little bit more internal than normal. I think because you remembered from last week, you're like, wow, my feet always out. Now you can start focusing on turning them straight. So remember that center part of the foot is right here. So between the second and third toe is your straight line. Much better, much better. So we're just squeezing over and over and over again. We're going to change the head position in a little bit. We're going to bring the hands back to facing forward. Not yet, not yet. Keep on squeezing and releasing. Do you remember what this is called when we're doing this work with the shoulder? Shoulder what? Presses, okay. What's the movement if we were to get really technical? Yeah, there is a rotation happening. Yes, there is. If I bring my shoulders forward like this, what's happening with the shoulders? Shoulder blades. There's a protraction. So when we go in the opposite direction, what's that called? Retraction. So we're retracting the shoulder blades. Change the position of your hands. We're going to turn them forward this time, palms out, and drop your chin to your chest. If you feel dizzy, don't do it. Do your shoulder squeezes now. Retract and release. We're just changing the position of the head. Chin is to chest. Palms are out. We're still squeezing and releasing against the wall. Don't have a wall, you could use a door. Don't have that, you could do it in the middle of the room. It's a good hurt. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
It hurts, but
Yeah.
it's okay. Hurt crap.
Yes.
$85 for an adjustment.
Gloria, we're saving you money with Geico. No. I'm not going to pay a lot for that muffler. Change the position of your hands now. Let's go palms against the wall. Head is still down and squeeze and release. There you go. So chin is down, palms are against the wall. We're still retracting the shoulder blades over and over again. Go ahead and bring your head back to normal. I am placing chairs on stage. We are going to use this for wall stork next. So grab yourself a chair. You're going to put it in front of you. Carol, I'm coming. Oh, your chair is a lot closer than theirs were. Wall stork. I hope everybody didn't forget this one. If you feel like you're up there and your socks are slipping, you need a mat or you need your shoes or you need to take your socks off. I don't want anybody slipping in there. So if anybody feels like your socks are slipping, we got to change that. Okay. I'm going to take this one so I can demonstrate. Wall stork is still against the wall. This is a very challenging move. For you in TV land, I'll be over there to show you in a minute, Carol. For you in TV land, we're still against the wall. We're going to place one leg up on top of a chair in front of us. But you want to place it in a way so that you're not leaning on the leg that's on the floor. This is something that I can do with my mind, with my fingers and help adjust everybody. Tendency is for us to be very light on the foot that we put on the chair. I don't want you to be light there. I want you to slide your butt in the direction towards that leg so that weight gets put on the chair as well. And I'm going to come around and just double check. We're going to hold here for 3 minutes. Let me just make sure Kara over here is set up okay. It's working already, huh? Change this up. You look pretty darn straight. How do you feel? Feel good? Just because I'm a nitpicker, I'm just going to slide this a little bit further forward. All right. Now doing that, if you can, slide your butt to your right. Whole thing, so you can put more weight. Good. Does that feel like work?
No.
No?
No.
No work? Doesn't feel hard?
No.
Okay, if you wanted to, could you lift that leg? It's hard, right? Okay, good. Then you're in a good position. You're pretty balanced with your weight. That's where we want you to be. Hang out right there, 3 minutes. Should I start that timer? Yeah, we want to try for 50-50. In a perfect world, you shouldn't have moved to put the leg up on the chair, but we have to. We have to shift the weight onto the one leg, put the foot on the chair, and then we have to somehow correct it and bring it back. I do hear your knee cracking all the way over there. Put your foot over here. I'm going to bring this way because your leg is a little different than everybody else's.
I really feel the weight on.
Can you take it? Okay. All right. Of course, that leg's doing a lot of work. How do you feel, Lynn? I want you to slide your whole body towards the right. No, I'm not. Keep on sliding. Keep that foot down, but slide it over so that more work gets done over here. This leg is going to have to turn on to work you. Good thing she picked this spot. You can grab the wall and then walk yourself over. Good. You notice how you walked your foot over too? Because it's starting to turn on and work. Feel okay? Feel tough? Yeah, of course, because this hip is now working in a new way. Do you feel like you have to hang on to the wall in order to hang on? Is that doing any work? Try to push into this with that leg. Push. Now relax. Got about a minute left, everybody. Everybody okay? Looking good, Marie.
It's probably very good for your balance.
It's excellent for your balance.
I can't do it.
Remember we talked about balance, how balance is, it's not less about your nerves, but it's also what muscles you can recruit. So if your butt isn't working, your balance is really going to be shut off. When you get to a point, oh, your butt can't recruit itself, you're going over. You need that to help whoop, pull you back into place. If it's not working, it's not your nerves. 30 seconds left. She said it's a minute and she got out of it. You okay, Carol? She's kicking us over there a little bit. Guys want to switch? Take it out. But when you do the switch, remember all of that wonderful stuff applies this way too. So this other side's going to be a little different.
Should I hang on the other side?
If you want to. You want to try to start with your heel against the wall. Oh yeah. All of this work gets done heel against the wall. That's what's going to make it really hard. Best you can. I'm going to move this a little bit closer so it's lower on this side. It's tough, huh?
Better on this side. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Give it a shot. You got it though. Knee is as straight as you can make it, not the foot that's on the chair, of course. Same thing here. You're going to want to lean on that leg, but I don't want you to. I want you to move over that way. There you go. So make that even pressure on the seat and on the floor.
What am I doing?
Doing nothing as far as I'm
Really?
concerned. Stop moving that foot in. I'm moving the chair because
Okay.
I want your foot to move. Keep your foot on that chair.
Oh, okay.
Glue it there. Keep it there.
Oh, boy.
Right? Oh, now it feels like work. Your hip is here. Yeah, that knee likes to kind of go out. Not sure why, but
Is the
it's not
hip,
the worst.
when you say hip, is that this bone right here?
Yes, out of this bone is almost the center line of where that ball joint is going to be. So you kind of got to eyeball at the middle of your thigh. This is where we want that line to be. So that's almost a little bit to the right, to the outside laterally, that bone. to the hip.
In the middle of my torso.
Right,
just
so
half of my
like
torso.
crotch in here, I would go right in that middle spot, right there. Think about your thigh, because that's we want the center of the thigh bone is really what we're going for. How do you feel? Okay, sit that baby out and then correct it. Now correct it. Correct it even more.
Or
Can you?
if I have to.
If you have. Oh. So that's a way that I kind of troubleshoot. We got 1 more minute left. Ooh-wee.
Okay.
It's not no good, but you're almost walking on a balance beam. You okay, Carol?
Oh.
Cool. Feel a little harder? No? It's straighter.
It's straighter.
It's straighter.
Feels better. Feel it in the left
Good.
finger.
Ready, Pat?
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
It's just work, right? Move your shoulders in that direction too. There you go. Now you're straight.
Ah, really?
Sorry it took so long for me to get there. 20 seconds left. You're welcome. Pull your right foot towards you because that leg is like here as opposed to, yeah, there you go. Yes. She's out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're all out. Done. That's wall stork. Are you okay? Work, right? Okay. We're going to go back to the wall. We're just going to stand at wall. I'm going to hang out there for, let's do 4 minutes. If you feel like you can't stand up anymore and you want to sit down, go ahead. Go take a static back, whatever. Now we're just going to stand at the wall. We're standing at wall. Shoulders are relaxed. Heels are on the wall if you can put it there. And the feet are hip distance apart if you can make it there. Very good. So Gloria, with your legs after all that work are now coming even closer together and doing something like this.
That's not good.
It's not that it's not good. I'm wondering if your body is going, we feel a little bit more pain than usual, so it's sticking you here.
The left inguinal area.
There you go. So that's why. So don't change it. Your body's doing that for a reason. It's avoiding the pain. So leave it. Leave it. We don't want to increase any pain. Do you feel like there's pain now?
Not there now.
Okay, good. Then stay.
It switched over into the right gluteal.
Oh, good. So instead of having that sciatic burn, now your right glute is doing some work. I like that. So that's change. That's what we're looking for. Not, oh, is it better? Oh, did the pain go away? No, something changed. Something's different. And I know that it's not really hopeful for many people, but when you look at it from the perspective of, hey, I've been living with this pain for however many years, now all of a sudden we cause some change. Now we at least know, okay, we could do this and it'll change something. And there's no pain. It's just turning on. Is that right? In the butt? Butt burn. Okay. I like muscle burn. I'll take muscle burn. Nerve burn, that's different. So I'll take it. That's in a good direction. If you liked that shoulder work we did before, you can go for it again. You could keep your head straight ahead. And what I'd like you to do this time, if you decide to do the shoulder work, is to do elevation, but we're going to do it with retraction. So you retract your shoulders with the squeeze like we did before, then add elevate, depress, elevate, depress. Notice when I depress, I'm not relaxing in the depress. I'm actively depressing, keeping the retraction. So for you guys in TV land, retract, we're still against the wall, elevate, depress, like you're wiping the wall behind you, elevate, depress. I'll give you guys 1 more minute. Good. Keep the retraction. The movement is just elevate, depress, elevate, depress. Don't segment it into retract, elevate, depress, relax. Hold the retraction, elevate, depress, elevate, depress. If you need a break, take a break. Elevate, depress. Some of you are going to hate the next move. We're going to do arm circles, then we're going to do a forward bend, and then we'll get ourselves onto the floor. You do not have to do arm circles. You could sit in a chair and do shoulder rolls, or you could just sit in a chair and just, you know what, smoke a cigarette. You have my permission. Yeah. Everybody ready to come off the wall? If you want to do arm circles, you may. If you want to do elbow curls, you may. We're just continuing our shoulder realigning sequence before we hit the floor. That's all we're doing. So if you've got any other shoulder moves that you want to do, then you can do those. If anybody needs me to help you pull the chair off, I stole some of your chairs. But if I didn't steal any of your chairs, you can leave them where they're at, and I'll clean it up. So arm circles is coming up next. Your choice if you want to do them or you don't. Arm circles, remember, you got to take that modified golf grip. Oh, Lauren, you look great. She's already doing her arm circles. I'm going to do them kneeling. Modified golf grip, everybody. You can stand or you can sit in a chair while you do these. I'm going to kneel. Keep your shoulder blades retracted. We're going to lift the arms out to the side, circle up and forward. Keep your belly relaxed. Check your feet. Yes. Good, Carol. As you're doing these, if you tend to sit, and if you want to sit in a chair while you're doing them, I do want you to sit in pelvic extension. So if your feet aren't hitting the floor, come forward on your chair so your feet do hit the floor so you can pull the pelvis into extension. Palms go up, thumbs go behind you for your next set of 40. Remember, keep your belly relaxed enough so that your body is doing this back and forth movement. Because what we're doing is we're agitating the torso so that it can turn on your hip flexors, believe it or not. And it won't work if you keep your abs sucked in. Relax. We're going to take it to cats and dogs. You can do that sitting in a chair, or you can do that on hands and knees on the floor. Do that wherever you like. I'm going to do cats and dogs on the floor, and I'm going to take it to hands and knees. All right, Gloria, it's all you. Would you like to join us down over by your chair?
Oh, okay.
We're coming down now.
Where the hand that I can-
You can walk down there as well. There's a ramp if you wanted to. You can do that.
I got my girlfriend. over there.
Okay, I like it. Scott, girlfriend.
Oh,
Girlfriend.
She smells delicious.
She smells delicious. Our pet Lynn smells delicious. You're right over there, Linda? Good.
Thank you.
All right, we're going for cats and dogs now.
Yeah, that's super.
You can use your chair or you can go hands and knees. All we're doing is getting the pelvis to go into anterior tilt, posterior. You can even do this laying on the floor. I do this multiple times laying on the floor. But while we're doing it on hands and knees, we also want the shoulders to get involved. On the floor, you don't when you're laying on your back. When you're sitting in your chair, you also want your shoulders to get involved. All that work that we just did should now be applied here. So if you're doing it on the floor and you're just doing pelvic tilts, shoulders are relaxed. On the chair. Oh, okay. Good question. So on the chair, again, what we're going for here is to just get the pelvis to go anterior, posterior. So your feet have to be flat on the floor. You look fantastic. We're just going to rock the pelvis back and forth. But as you do it, we also want the shoulders to come along. So as I go anterior tilt, I put the arch in my lower back, shoulders retract, head looks up. Other direction, shoulders protract, head looks down. Back and forth, back and forth. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Excellent. Excellent. Are you okay, Marie? Okay. Static back. How much do you guys love? Oh, did you just say, oh, thank God. Okay. Thank God. Static back. I told you all the hard work is in the beginning of this menu. And it wasn't the hardest because I've had you guys doing some harder stuff than that. So it's challenging. Now we get to do a static back, and I'm going to clean up here. 5 minutes of static back. You lay on your back on the floor, preferably, because the floor is not squishy like a bed. On the floor is preferable. keep missing your last name. I keep going down the list. You're not Calandrillo. She's Calandrillo. Keep confusing you guys. Sorry. Last name, Ashley. First one at the top of the list. I'll get it when you stop coming. That's when I'll get it. And I'll be like, seriously. Are you all right, Linda? Younger Linda. Yeah, I'm like, good girl, good answer. I like it. I like her answers. Okay, I am going to help the other Linda out. Yeah, that's a good one. Are you okay with this one, Linda?
I'm okay, but I can't seem to get close enough.
Okay, it's all right because that chair is really tall and that's why I was coming over here to help you out, giving you a whole bunch of my blocks instead of this chair. Linda, could you put bring your legs over there. We're going to use these blocks and see if I can get you a static back here. I'm going to need 2 more blocks. So I got a whole lot of blocks up here and I'm going to try to help her out here. Linda, lift up again. Okay, try that. I think this is better. I'm going to bring it closer to your butt even. So pick up your legs one more time, my lady. Let's see if we can do this. I think that's the best we're going to get there. Better? Okay. Good. Okay. Static back, hanging out. Out of this, we're going to do 3. Nah, we're going to do 2 other moves when I cue you. I'm going to add in some pullovers, some pullover presses. So I'm going to come around and help you out with it. I'm going to put a block behind your head. No, above your head, behind your head. So in reference to the floor. And we're going to do pullover presses, which means I'm going to ask you to press into the block using your arms. I'm going to come over here and just double check with Miss Lynn because as her muscles are relaxing, there we go. The blocks are kind of twisting. Lift this leg up a bit. Turn it this way. Okay. Same thing on this side. So my stack is getting a little bit. Good, good. I forget which chairs we used to use, but they were great. These are different. Heights are different. About 2 more minutes. We are laying in static back, everybody. It's what we're doing. A block nearby. If you did this routine at home, it certainly doesn't take a half an hour to get to this point. That happens because, you know, we talk a lot and I talk a lot. And I'm trying to explain and describe what's going on. So if you like this routine, you can watch the video again if you want to. But if you remember all the exercises, you can just write down your list of exercises for this routine, and then you can just do them.
I think I'm gonna sleep on this center.
All right.
It's so relaxed.
I have read that being in this position for longer than an hour can actually have the reverse effect, but I can't see if you're sleep, go ahead, give it a shot. I mean, the only reason why I read that is because somebody somewhere did it. And then I asked other people to do it and then tried it and went, well, overall, I see there's this reverse effect. But that's in therapy, not in sleeping. There's a lot of people that have to sleep with their legs up like this, or else the pain is so intense they just can't. So it's not going to kill you. We'll just see how crooked you come back in here next week, and we'll base it on that. Okay, pullovers. We're going to stay in the static back position, and we're going for pullovers. So you're going to reach your arms straight up towards the sky. So your fists are right over your chest, elbows locked out. Bring your arms overhead behind you, and then back over your chest. It's back and forth. It's like a flossing motion. Back and forth. Keep your elbows straight. How do you know if they're straight? You're not going to make them straight by not seeing them behind you overhead. So when your hands are over your chest, lock your elbows out there, and then surprise yourself at how straight your arms weren't. I do it all the time. All the time. Because that one arm does not like to make it to the floor. So the body tries to accomplish it by compromising other spaces, including the elbow. And you don't realize you're doing it. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little wrist flexion, little elbow flexion, a little back extension maybe. Really want to be clean with this. Now I'm going to walk around. I'm going to put the block behind you guys because our next move is pull over presses. You okay, Gloria? Which also means, right, yes, thank you. Okay, somebody said it, because we know Gloria loves to do anyway. So just give it a break. Leave your arms resting at the sides. It's totally fine. Okay, yes, I will get you a hot guy for that. Everyone together. Oh, we all get hot guys? Nice. Nice. Liking you more and more, Gloria. Okay. Gloria's going to get me some hot guys. Okay, pullover presses are coming up. Go ahead and drop your arms back. Oh, it's all right. Okay, I'm going to leave this nearby so that when it comes time, we're going to grab that. Are you okay with pullovers?
I can go just so far.
Okay,
I can't reach anywhere near the ground.
right. Okay. Pat, we're going to give you that. You get it. Lynn will get it. The thing with pullover presses is your fingers have to be interlaced because there's only one block that I'm giving you. Not everybody's going to be able to do them. You might stack up 2 or 3 blocks. If this is something that you want to try, then I will give you extra blocks and we'll see. So pullover press, sure, no problem. No problem. So pullover press is you're going to put the block behind your head, above your head, on the floor, right where your fists would hit the floor. Maybe some of you were hitting the floor, maybe some of you weren't. So you're going to put that block there so that now your fist rests on the block. Elbows must be straight when you do this move, though. So if your elbows are starting to bend because you can't reach the floor, then turn the block so that it's higher. Turn that block so it's higher because we want to do this move with the elbow straight. This is a pullover press. So you're going to start feeling this down the sides of the body, into the lats. You're going to feel this in lots of places. So here's our pullover press. The fist is on the block. You push, you release. You push, you release. Push, release. Yes, ma'am. Push, release. So we're resting on that block and it's turn the muscles on, relax them. Turn the muscles on, relax them. So if that block is too short, maybe you need 5 blocks. Another one? What? Would you eat it? Blockless. There you go.
This way.
So it's not a full pullover. You're not going to bring your hands back over your chest again. Just rest the hands on that block. Rest them there, if they make them there. I'm going to turn this up even higher for you, Miss Lynn. Rest them there. Interlace your fingers if you can, everybody. So you're resting the fist on the block. Engage, release. Engage, release. Elbows straight. Push into that block and release. Push into the block and release. Tough. Those are pullover presses.
Feels like the upper arms.
It would be upper arms, yes, but also the lats, latissimus dorsi down here. It's almost like a pullover. So as you engage back and down, this whole section is going to start turning on. That's what we're going for. We're actually trying to connect the shoulders into the hips with a little more strength. So I know usually when we do lats, we're pulling in this direction. We're actually pushing back here. So we are engaging areas down the back. We're getting extension. And you'll feel it in that area. Lower trapezius, maybe even some upper traps as you push in. I've almost had enough of these. We're going to go to foot circles, point flexes, which means we're going to have to pull ourselves away from the chair for a little bit. Hello, kitty. Foot circles, ankle circles, whatever the heck you want to call them. Point flexes. You're going to hug one knee in towards your chest. There is a version of this where you do this against the wall. It's hard. It's hard, but I have seen that version. So you're going to pull one knee in towards your chest. I don't care which one, but you want to keep that shin parallel to the floor. So don't drop your heel to your butt. Shin parallel to the floor. I take my hands behind the knee. That way, it doesn't hug my knee in and drop my heel to my butt. It also allows me to see if I'm using my knee to do this movement. You don't want to use your knee to do the movement. Leave it still. Big ankle circles. Let your toes initiate the movement and pull yourself through. I'd love to see 40 in one direction, 40 in the other direction, and 20 to 40 point flexes. So there's 3 exercises. You rotate out, you rotate in, and then you point your toes away and pull them back and forth, kind of like ballerina and the anti-ballerina. The other leg should be laying flat along the floor, except if you're starting to feel some not so good sensations like pain. And if it hurts, bring your knee towards your chest too. And I've noticed some of you have been doing that, and that's okay. Sometimes I get tired and I'll do 20 and then switch my leg, 20, and go back and forth and back and forth. You can do that too. So I'm just going to leave you this time. We're going to do 40 in each direction on each leg. Good luck.
Everything's cracking.
Yeah, she's saying everything's cracking. Yes. So I am just trying this against the wall. I don't give you guys any moves that I've never done, never tried. I've done this years ago, and I'm worse at it now. This is something you can do. It is not easy, and it's work. You thought wall stork was work. This is more work. So I'll give you the opportunity to do this maybe next week. It's tiring. But I can imagine if you had a hard time doing wall stork, you would not be able to do ankle circles, point flexes against the wall on one leg. So wall stork would be your prep for that. Are they knee movements or ankle circles? Linda? Yes. Good job. Not you, Lynn. You're a different Lynn. So notice how your knee is kind of doing all this work. You kind of as opposed to, yes. There's a lot of cracking because things are out of alignment. So you've got not ligaments, but tendons rolling over cartilage areas, and it's going because we're all messed up. We're all messed up. I get that in my shoulders and my ankles too. We're all messed up. Nobody is perfect. In fact, we all together here at the Levittown Library, we're far from perfect. We're very far from it. And it's a beautiful thing. I think you actually squeezed out 40. That's why you were going so fast and you didn't care about your form. You're like, I'll just get this done. If I can just get to the number 40. The last move in this routine is static wall, but we've got time, so I'm skipping it and I'm going to throw some other exercises at you. We're going to do some stuff with the strap, so leave your strap nearby. Where is everybody in their count? So Pat's done. Okay, we're going to use her as our basis. So if Pat's done, everyone should be done. You're too slow. No. Just do it until you're balanced and you're evened out. I don't like ankle circles, point flexes. They're hard work. They burn. And it takes a long time to do. I'm just as frustrated as you guys are. So our next move that we're going to do when you're ready, we're going to take the block and put it in between your knees, and we're just going to go right for hook lying knee presses. Oh yeah, sure. Didn't I just give you one? Oh no, that's not, no. You want another one?
That's on there, that's my umbrella.
There's a block, right?
No.
Oh, a belt. Oh, you said block. Sure, I'll give you, but this one will work just fine. So hook lying knee pillow squeezes. You're very welcome. That's a tough belt. We're doing this just to balance out that whole one-sided thing I threw you into. You can do this sitting, you can do this laying down. I'm sure everybody is enjoying laying down, so you can just put that block in between your knees, and we're just doing hook lying knee presses. I'm putting my roll underneath my lower back because you guys have heard me say it again and again. That's where my body's at. I want to try to keep that curve memory so that I don't continue on the path towards an ever flattening lower back. We're just squeezing and releasing the block over and over again. And you're going to hate me for the next move because it is work. We're going to use the strap for it because we need the strap. It's going to be the calf and hamstring stretch. But you guys who've done it before, you know it's not about having a stretch. It's about getting work done. And this is a hard move, but the strap is there to help. But in a perfect world, we'd have 80% of the work being done by the hip and only 20% of the work being done by your hands holding the strap. If your strap is long enough and you can wrap the strap around your ball of your foot and still let your elbows hit the floor while you're laying down, then that's good. If the strap is not long enough, you're going to have to make a loop in the strap, and you're going to have to hold on to just the one end of the strap, the one loose end of the strap. Like I said, this is less of a stretch and more of a working exercise. So it's nice when you go to yoga and you just kind of grab the strap and, oh, that's nice. I'm just stretching my leg. That's not this move. So we're going to stay in the hook lying position. I want you to keep your thighs parallel to each other for the first move. They stay parallel, which means your kneecaps should be the same height. You get the strap across the ball of your foot as evenly as you can, and go ahead and look down your leg. Make sure your knee is straight, your foot is straight, your ankle is straight. Try to make it look pretty to your eye. Then Try to hold it there using your hip muscles. Try to get loose on the strap. Feel that work. You want that work to take place while you engage the strap just a little bit to add a little stretch to this work. That's it. Again, your thighs must be parallel. So if your leg is way up in the sky, drop that leg so your knee can get straight and your thighs stay parallel. Yes, there is dorsiflexion going on in that ankle, the leg that's in the sky. You want to try to push the heel away at the same time. The toes pull towards you, but that's coming through the ankle. About 30 seconds left. I just caught myself doing about 90% of the work with the strap. You want to be able to hold that leg there, your own leg, hold that leg there in the air without help of that strap. The strap is just there to stop it from going left and right and to try and hold that dorsiflexion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, your choice. You can either go do the same thing on the other leg, or you can come with me. I'm going to slip the strap to the middle, the arch of my foot. I'm going to put my footprint on the ceiling. Again, my strap is loose. I want to get this work done using my hip. I don't want to yank the strap in order to get it done and have all of that tension be on the strap. We do want to activate the hip. So the knee stays straight, lock that sucker out right from where we started. Drop the leg low enough so you can lock that leg, or else this won't work. Then put your footprint on the ceiling. Otherwise, you're just cheating. So if you cannot straighten your knee and your footprint's on the ceiling, we got a problem here. It might be time to drop the leg a few inches where you can straighten it and work from there. Yes, you're going to have a lot of jittery motions here as the body reminds itself, hey, you've been stuck in a pattern for a little while, and now this is a new pattern we want you to remember. You might get some cramping. Might get some stinging. There's a lot of work going on here. And your butt stays on the floor. 20 seconds. Again, this is the hamstring portion of this movement, of this exercise. Footprint goes to the ceiling here. We're trying to get as deep as we can, footprint on the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch to the other side. The other caveat is there's a tendency to push into the foot that's on the floor to get the work done. Don't do that. You're just resting. Get your strap around your other foot. We're working off of the ball of the foot first. Thighs are parallel. I get really picky with this move just because I've done it for so long. I don't like how the big toe portion of my foot pulls towards me a little bit further than my pinky toe portion. So the instep pulls a little bit further. So I use my strap to actually adjust that. And I'll twist and I'll pull on the strap so that my pinky toe side will pull to me more evenly. I'm really nitpicking, but I can. Thigh tight, ankles dorsiflex. Flex your ankle. Does anyone know why I want your thighs to be parallel for the first portion of this exercise? Good. I remember one of my students a few years ago saying, the answer is always alignment, posture, or feet straight ahead. Relax, next part of the move. It does. Let me explain why and what we're going after as far as recruitment. So in the next portion of the movement or the exercise, footprint goes on the ceiling, knee is straight. Your knee has to be straight first, and then you pull it up so your footprint is on the ceiling, which means your leg has to be further away from you first. straighten the knee first and then bring the leg into that position. Don't put the leg there and then try to straighten the knee. It does not work that way. It does not work that way. First, drop your leg so you can straighten your knee and then bring the leg up. When you start noticing the knee is starting to bend, you've come too far. You're already hitting that compromising point where we don't want to get to. We want to reteach the hip how to work. So if your knee is starting to flex, the muscles are compromised. Back off a little bit. We want to get to that point where we can fix that. We want it to come along. So anyway, to answer that question, when we come into static back, our lower back should be on the floor. When we come into our hook lying position, the lower back should actually start coming up a little bit further off the floor. When we come into frog position, the lower back should be completely up off of the floor. So depending, relax everybody, come out of the exercise. So depending on where the leg is as far as its angle, different muscles are going to be recruited and other muscles are going to shut completely off to help the movement come through. So if you've got your leg past that 90-degree point, we can't recruit the muscles I'm looking for when it's over here. So we're looking for something different. That muscle is going to turn off and other muscles are going to turn on as we change that angle. So that's why. Want to do something else, everybody? We're going to finish out with standing at wall. So you're going to come on up. You can either stand at wall, or if you don't want to stand at wall, we can go pigeon-toed today. Gloria, pigeon-toed, not for you. Not for you. Do not do that. I don't think we're there yet. We might be next week, because today you standing straight ahead at the wall, no problem. 2 weeks ago, you standing straight ahead at the wall, big problem. That's changed now. Today you did it standing straight at the wall. It's better. And then all of a sudden it went to this, but you got there. So you can stand either pigeon-toed, thighs tight, and stand in the middle of the room, or you could grab a wall and just stand at the wall like we started out with. Your choice. And hang out for a few minutes there. And that's going to be our last move for the day. Okie dokie. Stacks and stacks and stacks. Is one of these must be yours. Oh, if you brought a block with you or not, one of those has to be yours. Timer is going. And since you were here earlier, now might be a good time to check and see, hey, did something change? Is something different? It could be better. It could be worse. If it's worse, somewhere along those lines, we found a move that kind of doesn't fit, or maybe you just need one extra move before you do this one. You can do pigeon-toed against the wall even, but I just offered pigeon-toed for those of you who don't have a wall to stand up against. That's all I did that for. So you can either do pigeon-toed, standing in the middle of nowhere. Remember, when you do pigeon-toed, thighs have to be tight. So as soon as the knee bends, it locks out all that leverage that I'm looking for here in the hip. So the knees have to be straight. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All I do is make fun of my sister for her hair being up because she does it because she's lazy. And she just... You mean with the feet?
No.
The knees, no bend, no flexion in the knee joint. Should be here. So if you're one of those people, which I know you're not, you're one of those people that did one of these and really forced their feet to go in by any means possible and then tried to straighten their knees, it's not going to happen. So best thing is to try to straighten them when they're straight, or even straighten them when they're out, and then start to walk them in and see how much you got. You might not have much of an angle at all. You want to lock your knees out so that all this work can get done in your hips and therefore spine and head. Just doing it anyway. Doing it anyway. I can't stop you. Good, Carol? Okay.
I come here to be with you. Follow your directions every week. I look forward to it.
You are so full of it. That first sentence when I come here to be, you come here to beat yourself up. No, you do a great job. So Miss Lynn, turn your feet straight ahead. Turn them straight ahead. Do you have an easier time straightening your knees when you do that? Look straight ahead. Lock out your knees. Keep your knees locked and just start to inch your toes towards each other. Yep, that's it. Keep your knees locked best you can. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Yeah, there's a lot of knee flexion going on because this. And when this happens, it's really forcing the knees to bend. You're done. It's forcing the knees to bend. So this is a tough move for you. It's not a bad move, but you want to try to keep the knees as straight as you can. And there you go. She took it. It's not too bad. All right, good. Made some progress. Does it feel like it's a lot of work on your calves? Okay, fair enough. So what I meant was that you want to try to keep the knees locked out. That's the perfect place for them. So best you can, knees go straight. Thank you everybody for joining me. We're good. Oh yeah, my hair does look good, doesn't it? It's all messy like a peacock. All I did was throw it up there. Thanks for joining.